Welcome back to Black History Month Daily. My name is Kevin. Today's subject is going to be redlining and how America separated communities by race. Have you ever asked yourself the question, how did we get what we call ghettos? The post-World War II era was dubbed the Cold War. During this time, President Roosevelt signed the GI Bill. This bill secured the funding of home loans to veterans of the war. Now, also during this time was the Great Migration. The Great Migration was blacks leaving the South and its enforcement of Jim Crow to migrate to Midwestern cities, primarily New York, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and Detroit, in search of better opportunities. Understanding that home ownership is the building block for building generational wealth, lending institutions began exercising an unfair lending practice called redlining. Banks and lending institutions literally drew a red line around black neighborhoods and neighborhoods with people of color. The red line meant those people would put their loans at risk. Now, at the same time they were redlining black neighborhoods, the Federal Housing Association was subsidizing builders who were mass-producing subdivisions for whites only. However, there was one requirement, and that was none of the homes in the suburban communities could be sold to black people. Another factor is called white flight. That's a different segment that we'll cover in the future. These were government-supported efforts to separate communities by race. White flight drove white Americans to the suburbs, and all the resources went with them, depleting the red line of black communities or communities with people of color and leaving them without jobs or resources. Ironically, the Federal Housing Association and that claim they made was never substantiated. I encourage you to read the book called The Color of Law by Richard Rothstein. Now remember, tune in tomorrow and you'll be listening to Derek Chapman as he highlights Earl Francis Lloyd, the first black to play in the NBA. And always remember, Black history is American history. Take care.